Hey guys, what's up? I'm here with GoopLoopScoop, or oh wait, you're the YouTuber formerly known as GoopLoopScoop. It's now Bodie Woolette.
That's right. Might as well use my real name. It's a silly name anyway. Nice.
I used to sleep with a girl whose last name was Woolette.
That's so, eh?
Eh.
Wait, what?
Anyway, but enough about my enough about my life. We're here to talk about X-Men, damn it, because that's important.
Yeah, X-Men. So Deadpoolzilla, what are we gonna talk about?
We're going to talk about X-Men movies.
That's right. We're gonna be talking about what we think about the future of the X-Men films that Fox has been making since 2000.
Yeah.
And what future films could hold, and what really Fox is going to be doing with this franchise now.
Yeah. More or less, it's going to be us talking about where we think the X-Men movie franchise should go, and where we probably know where it's going, as well as, what we'd like to see, and, basically what it looks like, what we see from, since X-Men First Class. We kind of see that now, after the trilogy, they're now trying to do a universe. They're trying to build on an X-Men universe that... they're trying to do an X-Men universe where it's kind of like in the vein of the Marvel Studios movies. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that, because truth be told, you can do an X-Men universe without the other Marvel superheroes. Because up until, in the comics, up until now, the X-Men hasn't really been part of the Marvel universe a lot. They've just been like, hey, we gotta do our own shit.
Yeah, it's very true. I think, and it's because of the fact that the X-Men, over, the past decades, has become so huge that it pretty much... The X-Men can pretty much become literally its own franchise if it wanted to. And because of that, the idea of having a whole movie franchise on the X-Men is a really good idea. And I think this can be said for other Marvel properties, like the Avengers. Spider-Man has been proven that. The Avengers have been proven that. Fantastic Four, probably not, because now Fox is rebooting them, but it's all the separate components have had such huge, have just been built upon, that are just so big that it pretty much, they can all just stand alone without having to interfere with one another. And I think that's the unique, finding another word for unique, unique aspect of the Marvel characters, is that they all feel like they're contained while being in a same universe. I don't like, let's take for example Justice League. Now really the only franchise that DC seems to really have that can almost technically be its separate universe is, I think, Batman and Superman. And the reason why is that there's clearly DC has other properties that, can pretty much deserve, they can pretty much have their own universe. Green Lantern, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman.
Well, now we're getting Superman, Batman. That's supposed to, quote-unquote, start the DC movie universe.
Yeah, and the thing about them is that Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, Aquaman, they all form the Justice League, which is the top tier Marvel team.
DC team.
Sorry, DC team.
I was about to say, you just lost your comic book cred.
Yeah, and back at Marvel, where the Avengers, at the time, it was mostly, characters for the Avengers. You didn't see, until, really in the last decade, you didn't really see Spider-Man really be a full member of the team. You didn't really see any of the X-Men or the Fantastic Four be a part of the team, and that's because and I think it's because back when they were created, they were basically just kind of the characters that, you know, they had their ideas, like they were created and they had their ideas, but they probably didn't have like that sort of strong suit that maybe like the Fantastic Four or Spider-Man had. So in addition to having stories on their own, they also had stories together as a team. So Thor would be, you know, teaming up with Cap and Iron Man and all these crazy characters.
Where are you going with this?
Where I'm going is that you need to be quiet and let me talk. My main point is that basically I kind of just been rambling. The X-Men...
That's what I fucking thought.
Yeah, I know. I just kind of been like rambling. What I've been saying is that DC and Marvel have kind of different ways of how like the universe is portrayed in a way, where Marvel has different components. DC kind of all is shared in one, and I think it's because of the Justice League.
All right.
And yeah.
All right.
Back to X-Men.
So with X-Men, I'm totally fine with Fox trying to do a X-Men movie universe. And the thing is that Fox is kind of hit and miss. That's the thing with the X-Men movies. X-Men 1 and 2, awesome. X-Men 3, sucked. X-Men First Class, awesome. Wolverine, I don't know. I still haven't seen it yet.
Liam's going to be tearing our heads off now.
Yeah. Speaking of Liam, he wasn't able to make it, but he did leave me some cliff notes that he wanted me to mention. First and foremost, he talked about them apparently making an X-Force movie, which is that still up in the air?
I don't know. I heard it was confirmed a while back, and that the Kick-Ass 2 director was attached to it. I haven't heard anything since, and I think they're still developing that Deadpool movie that...
Oh, you mean that thing that'll never happen at this point?
Yeah, at this point, they might as just well throw it out. But, you know, I heard, just recently, like, from Comic Book Movie from an article, it's just like someone at Fox or something, just like, yep, still going on, don't worry.
Whatever. The thing is with him is that he's talked about, you know, will Days of Futures Past reboot the movie franchise, and that will kind of give way to a new X-Men movie universe. I don't think so. I think, you know, Days of Futures Past is going to correct some things we saw in the past movies, because if you notice, there's some continuity errors here and there.
Yeah, if anything, rather than reboot it, they're just going to fix those continuity issues that ironically was left behind from First Class that kind of fucked over the X-Men Origins and X-Men 3.
Well, so, they were technically fucked over anyway.
Well, okay, technically they were fucked over, but, you know, it's still kind of bothering to see, like, isn't he seeing, like, Charles Xavier young and crippled, and then X-Men Origins, he's old and, well, semi-old and...
So yeah, we had two collectively bad movies, and now we're kind of noticed that after X-Men 3 and X-Men Origins, they're kind of like, wow, we need to get our shit together. So that's the thing. Like, the thing is that with Days of Futures Past, it looks like it's opening up more to more of these X-Men type films, and I think Fox has the right idea for the most part. That I think it would be smart of them to, you know, compete with the other Marvel movies. Is to go with different X-Men characters, because you have enough to do something like that.
Exactly, and pretty much they proved that with Wolverine. I think it was really because of them that the X-Men films that Wolverine has become such a popular character now, and they can easily do it again with other characters.
Yeah, I mean, would I love to see a Gambit movie? Hell yeah. Would I love to see a Cable movie? Absolutely. As long as you get Stephen Lang. Stephen Lang as Cable. You don't know who that is, do you, Bodhi? That's the guy...
No,
you've seen Avatar, right? You've seen Avatar.
I know. Yeah.
He's the
now I know. He's the old general, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the guy I want as Cable.
I can see it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the body build, he's at the right age Cable is, and he's actually said, oh man, he's actually said in one interview, he was like, oh yeah, if they ever needed me for Cable, I'm ready.
He's already prepared. He has like this whole like audition speech.
Yeah, I mean the dude just he has the whole Cable personality to him. So I was like, yeah, get him, make him first and foremost, you know, for trying to cast. But anyway, enough about that. The thing is that not only with X-Men characters, you can do whole X-Men movies. I mean, yeah, like we talk about X-Force. The thing is, like, which X-Force are we gonna do? Are they going to do if they actually do the X-Force movie? Are they going to go with Cable's team, or are they going to go the Wolverine's team?
Yeah, this is something I'm curious at too. If anything, they might like. I think they could. They're probably going to go with. I would say like both teams in a way. You know, combined. You know, Remender's X-Force team with the old X-Force team, like having, you know, Cable with like, you know, people like Phantom X, and actually I really want to see Phantom X in the X-Force film.
Yeah, Phantom X would be awesome. I think that's the smart idea, more or less. Is it, like, maybe that's the question, like, which team do you go with in an X-Force film? That's the big question. My bet is that they'll do Wolverine's team and, you know, save Cable for something else.
Yeah, I kind of would have to agree.
And more or less because Wolverine's the most popular character, so they obviously would have him there. If not like as the leader, but probably on Cable. It would probably, you know what I think they might do if they do this X-Force movie is probably make it an amalgam of the two teams.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that, because they'd have like the original, you know, aspects of the team and the newer, more aspects from Remender's critically acclaimed series meshed together. You'd have not only, I think, old fans of the old team happy, but also new fans of Remender's team happy as well.
Yeah. The thing is also that, you know, if they do decide to build up to something, it obviously, if you're going to build up to something in this new X-Men movie franchise after Days of Futures Past, build up to Apocalypse.
Yeah, I really want to see how they're gonna. I really want to see how they're gonna do Apocalypse, if they do it.
Yeah, make Apocalypse the Thanos of this X-Men movie franchise.
And in a way, he kind of technically is in some cases. And yeah, because with oh, now I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Yeah. But no, like, if you're gonna do that, you know, that would be another thing Fox would probably do, is build up, if they're gonna do Apocalypse. And also, you have to have Sinister.
Yeah, you have to have Sinister.
Yeah. I think if they're gonna do another X-Men film, I think it would be a cool thing to how to bring in Sinister and build up to Apocalypse is do the Mutant Massacre story arc.
Yeah, I would have to agree on that. I'm not sure how Age of Apocalypse would work on the screen, because we're already having another, you know, time travel.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do Age of Apocalypse. You can just do an Apocalypse story.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The other thing is that in terms of like other solo X-Men characters, I would love to see an X-23 movie.
If you'd want to, I'd see her like being like something in the next, like as mentioned, probably I don't even think we mentioned it, but there's been talks about a new Wolverine film, and
yeah, that's the other thing is like a new Wolverine film. Could she appear in that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I was wondering, like, if she would be better off in that, or like have her own solo film. see.
Yeah. I think, actually, that would be a great way to introduce her. Then she gets a spin-off film.
Yeah.
Also, if you're going to do that, I think it would be a smart idea to go back to the Weapon X stuff and do it right, and I'm pretty sure Singer would want... I'm pretty sure, because there's been talk that Singer might be the Josh Whedon to these X-Men films. Like, he might get a lot of say in this stuff.
Yeah, it seems like he kind of has been, or is gonna be, especially since now with Days of Futures Past, which is gonna basically retcon a lot of the stuff from X-Men 3 and Origins Wolverine. It would kind of seem like that's what is being applied with.
Yeah, and that's more. That's kind of the thing, is that, you know, where do they go from here? I mean, what movies? I mean, obviously, if you're going to do these kind of films, you've got to have, you know, an idea of what movies are going to build up to what. I mean, obviously, if they're still going to do X-Force, that's great. But are we going to get are we going to see other X teams get movies, like X Factor or Young X-Men
or Exiles?
Yeah, Exiles. I don't know, because that's hard. That would be hard to sell to somebody.
Which might be tricky, but you know, could work.
Exiles, I gotta say, that'd be
Not
hard.
to me.
I'm gonna say no to Exiles, because you're already working with, you know, an X team made of X-Men from multiple dimensions. To an average moviegoer, that's gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, that would be a bit. Yeah, I can see what you're going for. I was thinking like maybe like the Exiles could be the thing that could bridge the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the X-Men universe together, because the Exiles, you know, are time traveling, alternate universe traveling characters, and that would be kind of cool to see. Like, all of a sudden they end up on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Bam, Captain America. Bam, Thor. Bam, Iron Man.
Yeah. That actually, you basically say make the Exiles like the Guardians of the Galaxy of these films?
Sure, if Fox wanted to, yeah.
What I mean is, like, that's going to bridge the gap between the Marvel cosmic stuff and what they're doing now. So, if you want to make Exiles basically like, oh, this is how it all works. I mean, they've got Blink in Days of Futures Past, so... I'm going to say maybe now. Now that you've kind of brought that up, I'm going to say maybe.
I'm a genius.
That's not the word I'd use.
God damn it.
That don't impress me much.
Don't ruin my moment.
I'm ruining it.
I was acting all smart, and then you had to come and just be like...
Yeah, I'm like the H-bomb. Boom! It was like, oh yeah, it has such a great ideas. Boom! Everything's dead.
My parents are dead.
Yeah. So that's kind of the thing, is that, you know, what other stories could X-Men do? I mean, obviously, I'd love to see Mutant Massacre, and that's how you could bring in... you could obviously bring in Sinister. But what other X-Men stories could you do? I mean, you could technically bring in... who was the actress who played Jean Grey? What's her name?
I can't... Shit, hold on.
You could bring her back, but maybe this might be a stretch. But what if they did the story arc Inferno?
Not sure how that could work though, because you know they already technically did a Phoenix storyline.
Well, what I mean is that's the thing. The thing
butchered, but
yeah, I think what you could do is bring her back and make her Madeline Breyer.
And yet there'd still be no Scott Summers. I mean.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, if Shades were here, he'd be like, I'm done with you people.
That's, like, the only thing that's, like, really irking me about Days of Futures Past is that there's no Cyclops, and I'm mad.
Well, again, like, maybe, like, Days of Futures Past might retcon a lot of stuff. Maybe it'll bring back, you know, retcon Cyclops' death.
I hope they do, or else I'm gonna have to say some words to Bryan Singer, and by words I mean blackmail.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I have no power.
My thing is, if you wanted to do that, I think it would be a smart idea. If you couldn't bring back Jean Grey, you could do Madeline Pryor and use the same actress because she's a frickin' clone, and that could also be a way to bring in Sinister. And that would also be a great way to bring in Cable, right?
Yeah, because because Cable's the son of Madeline, isn't she?
Yeah, he's the son of Madeline and Cyclops.
Yeah. We're on to something.
Yeah. So that would be also a great way to bring in Sinister, is bring in Madeline, and then reveal Sinister.
Yeah. Other story arcs could, obviously, they could... Fox could go for, something more recent, like Messiah Complex and Second Coming. And even if they wanted to, Schism.
Yeah,
I highly doubt that, but...
Yeah. I would like to see more Sentinel. I would like to see, now that they brought in the Sentinels, I would like to see more Sentinel stuff.
Yeah, that's also something I'm gonna wonder about, if they're gonna explain the whole Sentinel thing from X-Men 3 and the video game that technically was made before that, and now Days of Future's Past.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, I would love to see, a movie involving Bastion as the villain, or Nimrod, or, the Master Mold, which I'm convinced we're gonna get the Master Mold in here, in this movie. It's just me, but I have a feeling we're gonna see the Master Mold in Days of Future's Past.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
But if they do bring in Master Mold, it'll probably be like a Skynet program. Yeah.
Oh, you know what would be awesome to have?
What?
A little bit redundant because of the Sentinels being smaller.
Yeah.
But I think it would be really cool to have the Nimrods from from Ultimate X-Men, the recent Ultimate X-Men series, to come in and be in there.
Alright. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Again, it all depends on if Fox is going to play this right.
Yeah, for all we know, fuck, it might not work at all. This could all come crashing down on them, and fuck, Marvel's gonna be like, fuck you, we're gonna take this shit back.
Yeah. And then by 2025, we'll get X-Men, Marvel's X-Men.
Marvel's X-Men.
Yeah, because that's a great title.
Marvel's X-Men.
Yeah.
Marvel's the Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the thing, is that you have all these and other characters I would love to see. Other in terms of characters I would love to see in these movies are stuff like, another way to bring in Apocalypse is that you could you could make Angel into Archangel. And that's how you could you could do an X-Force movie.
Yeah, and again, that's also another character that's missing, which is Archangel.
Yeah. My thing is that he's probably they'll probably say...
Angel.
Yeah. In Days of Future Past, my thing is that they're probably going to say he's dead. He was one of the mutants that were killed in, when the Sentinels took over.
Alright. Okay. Alright, hold on. I have to cut this short, because now I have to eat dinner. Alright.
So, because it's probably going to be us we'd love to see this movie or that movie anyway, so closing thoughts.
Yep.
That's it?
Yep. Yeah, I hope whatever Fox does, it's going to be done right, and if it isn't, then, well, we can only wait and see.
Alright. Well, that's pretty much all we had for this video. You guys tell us what you think of this. Just let us know below in the comments of what you want to see in the X-Men films. Do you think it's a good idea that they should be copying Marvel and just instead of using all the different Marvel characters, they're just using X-Men characters, or stuff like that. And once again, I want to thank my good friend Bodhi for joining me on this video.
Good evening. Yeah, thanks for letting me on here, man.
No problem. And yeah, we will see you guys later.